One important on-site factor is the URL. Like the page title, the URL of a page is an important place that search engines look when deciding what keywords your page is about. Fortunately, Joomla lets us use the alias text for menu items and articles as the basis for our page URLs. You can do this actually one of two ways. The built-in SEF URL features works well for most sites. There is also a very popular extension called SH404SEF that has some positive and negative reviews. As with any extension, it's a good idea to review it before deciding to use it. We'll cover how to use the built-in SEF functionality so you can decide if it works well for you. The first thing to be aware of is if you rely on many different extensions to build your site, you might need to take the time to carefully test everything. Changing the URL structure can sometimes break extensions that rely on the standard Joomla URL scheme. That said, let's go over how to enable the SEF URLs and what happens as a result. A quick note on troubleshooting. To use SEF URLs, your web hosting should support the use of something called .htaccess files. This allows Joomla to tell the web servers to translate the complex Joomla URL schemes into a more readable format. Without this, the links just won't work. If you find that nothing works after enabling the SEF URLs, then you may need to get some support helping troubleshoot the .htaccess issue. Sometimes it's just the case that there is no .htaccess file in your Joomla directory. If the file is missing, you should be able to either rename the file called htaccess.txt or just FTP it to the Joomla root directory. Make sure it is named .htaccess, all lowercase. Before you cut over to the SEF URLs, it's a good idea to go through your menu items if you have already built them. Check the alias field and make sure that this text is what you'd like to appear on your site. For example, if you have a menu item called About Us, the alias will probably be About-Us. Every page under that menu item would be your domain /about-us/the page title. That's probably what you want, so the alias works fine there. If you didn't, you could change it here. Remember, for every submenu level, SEF URLs will create another level of that URL. This means that if you have a menu 3 levels deep, your URL should be something/something/something. It's a good idea to look at the aliases for all of these levels to make sure that the URL looks the way you like in the end. Each article can have its own alias as well. This allows you to craft the URL for an article. If you have a particularly long title and it doesn't make sense to have it reflected that way in the URL, you can shorten it and clean it up a bit in the alias field. You can also consolidate keyword phrases to give your on-site SEO a little bit of a boost as well. It's not a good idea to deviate too much from your article title or other main content, though, as you would not want to make it seem like you're trying to stuff keywords into your pages. So, turning on SEF URLs does help improve your on-site SEO quite a bit, and it tends to look better to site visitors as well. It can come with some technical troubleshooting challenges if your web hosting does not support .htaccess files or if you have a large number of extensions that may not work well with this alternative URL scheme. As always, it's best to test things out before making such a big change to a live site. In the end, though, SEF URLs do have a measurable impact on your site traffic once you have some backlinks to boost your rankings.